I'm going to grant this man a bond. He's entitled to a bond based upon even the allegations of the state.
Good morning, players. So Mahendra Patel, the man that was arrested on March 21st for allegedly attempting to kidnap Caroline Miller's 2-year-old child in a Walmart in Georgia, has been granted a $10,000 bond and he was released. He had a bond hearing yesterday. There was a lot going on. Y'all grab your tea and have a seat. Let's talk about it. So as we all know, on March 18th, Caroline Miller called authorities alleging that Mahendra Patel attempted to kidnap her 2-year-old child in a Walmart in Georgia. She went on the news and said, and I quote, that there was a tug of war with this man over her child. So he was ultimately arrested on March 21st, and he has been behind bars since then. So Mahendra is a retired engineer, and his wife is a doctor, and he was able to retain Ashley Merchant as his attorney, and she's come out swinging with this case. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm not an Ashley Merchant fan. She was one of Frump and Dump's attorneys in that Fulton County election interference case. But she doing her thing when it comes down to Mahendra. So on yesterday, Attorney Merchant brought the camera footage that we've all seen of this alleged incident to the bond hearing, and the judge allowed her to play the video. And as we all know, the video of this alleged incident does not substantiate Caroline Miller's claims, nor the state's claim, who alleged that he fled from the store. However, he remained in the store for at least 8 minutes after the initial encounter with Caroline Miller. She also had a statement from some Walmart employees, as well as that witness that we saw in the video that was literally right around the corner from this alleged incident. And he said that he did not see anything like Caroline Miller described. It also took Caroline Miller 30 minutes to actually call authorities. She also brought up that Caroline Miller has 20 pages of complaints against her. Unfortunately, she wasn't allowed to go into those complaints, but she did bring that up. She also talked about Mahendra's criminal record. He has some white-collar federal crime that he spent 6 months in federal prison for, as well as a reckless driving charge and something that is pending regarding that reckless driving charge. However, none of it, like the judge said, is related to sexual abuse of children or violent crime. Now, as far as the state, they're still trying to go ahead with these charges, which I can't believe. They tried to argue that Mahendra should not get a bond because of his criminal record. And here's a snippet of the evidence the way they're trying to explain it.
The state would say if you don't take a closer look, it might cause concerns, but when you do take a closer look, you can see him tugging on this child, and there's the legs, before mom is able to regain control of her 2-year-old and bring the 2-year-old back to her lap.
Now, I don't know what y'all saw. Y'all can run it in the comments, but I don't see what the district attorney described there, but I digress. He also tried to imply that Mahendra had sort of confessed to this incident. However, they haven't given the discovery to Ashley Merchant, so she can't even evaluate what was actually said. But according to the transcripts or something to that effect, he was just admitting to having the interaction with Caroline, not admitting that he tried to take the woman's child. So the judge ultimately granted him a $10,000 bond, which is what the defense asked for. She did say that she's going to file a demurrer, which is basically a dispute of the facts of the indictment itself. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. The district attorney is, in my opinion, overzealous in this case. They don't have any evidence to substantiate the claim. The video that I saw does not substantiate Caroline Miller, and in my opinion, she should be charged. But I want to know what you all think. Put it in the comments. You guys can watch that full arraignment on YouTube. It is available. Just type it in. It'll come up. Put your thoughts in the comments. It's Double D Mo for the Black Accurate News.